Hi, this is Natalie Rice from SBRpicks.com. Last year, Luis Suarez was named the PFA Player of the Year, and this year we have a few players in the runnings, but only one man will hold the trophy. Who will it be? Well, William Hill's in-play radio host and sports writer Lee Feltz joins us now to run through the favourites. Now, firstly, tell us what the award is all about.
Well, this is the award that's picked by the footballers themselves. So these sheets of paper, I guess, still, or maybe it's on an app now, I don't know, but they go around the football clubs and all the players, professional footballers, fill in and they make their choices. It's as simple as that, really. I say it's as simple as that. I know for a fact that when you talk to footballers that it's kind of a bit of an afterthought. So the papers, whatever comes around, however it's done, whether it's a club secretary brings it around, they'll tick it, but usually it gets left to the last minute. So they're a bit like, oh, yeah, just do that one, just do that one. So it's usually not the surprise. There's not an awful lot of thought has gone into it, is what I'm saying. So usually maybe you go to a player, who's the best player, and they'll go, and just pick a name off the top of the head. Maybe it's someone who they've played against, who they've really excelled against. But it's not the most scientific of awards. There are other awards, like the LMA Manager of the Year award, where managers really take a lot of time and consider things about it. But this one, players are just putting crosses next to names, basically.
Is it a bit of a popularity contest? Do people pick other footballers that are in their teams? How do they go about picking them? Like, why do they choose them?
Yeah, I mean, generally, I mean, Suarez was interesting, actually, because, we all know what, Suarez had a checkered history in the Premier League, of course, and elsewhere. And so it was probably a little bit of a surprise to people that he was going to be picked. But when it comes down to it, footballers will see what he does on the pitch against them and think, well, this is just, how can we not vote for this guy? He's just a phenomenon, in the way he played last season. So I think skill and ability does rise above, someone's character and personality when it comes to this award. So I would look at it purely as skill on the pitch and how well they've done, rather than looking at it as a popularity contest. Otherwise, I don't think Suarez would have won it.
Yeah, you make a good point there. Well, Chelsea's midfielder, Eden Hazard there, he's priced 3. We've got Alexis Sanchez, forward for Arsenal, 6. We've got Manchester City forward, Sergio Aguero, 6.5. And then we've got Cesc Fabregas, midfielder for Chelsea, priced 8. So out of those top 4, who stands the best chance of winning?
Well, I really like the way Harry Kane's season's unfolded. Now, he's a big price in this list. But he scored goals. He scored goals in the Europa League at the start of the season. He scored goals in the cup competitions, and then they gave him his chance in the Premier League. He's got 14 goals. What's not to like about this guy? 14 in 17 goals. Brilliant. His assists, he's got 3 assists as well. He's on the, you look at the rating systems on websites like whoscored.com, he's right up there with some of the best players in the country. So, fantastic player. Now, he'll probably win the Young Player of the Year award, I imagine. So will he win both? That's the question. It seldom went to one person. I think years back there was one winner who won who won the PFA Young Player and the Player of the Year. Cristiano Ronaldo did it. And in more recent times, Gareth Bale has done it as well. So, it's not unknown now. Obviously, Gareth Bale, a former Tottenham player as well. So it's not the most unknown thing that a player can win the Young Player and the senior player. And I think he's a big price. I think he's a likeable kind of guy as well. I think players who've played against him will have been surprised by his progress. Whether he's done enough, whether he is a blockbuster player, is the doubt in my mind. But as a big price, I do like him. There's a player who's a lot shorter, who's the favourite, who is the obvious favourite, I think, in a pretty wide open year. I think Eden Hazard. Everyone talks about him. I think he's a justified favourite, Natalie. But if you don't want that short price, or if you wanted to back Hazard and just have a little saver on someone else, I think Harry Kane is a good shout. Just come from nowhere really this season. I think a lot of players will respect that.
Now, I know you get to mingle with footballers from time to time. Are you able to get some inside information as to who maybe they would pick?
Yeah, I've tried, but no, is the answer to that. No one's saying anything, probably because they haven't picked yet. But like I say, the one name that always, it's almost like they go, well, Hazard. It's almost like he's the first name in their head, and I suppose that's a good reason why you would go with him. I mean, you think about some of those other contestants, if you like, who you mentioned, some great players. Sergio Aguero, unbelievable player, but missed a part of the season, and players are used to him. They've seen him do it for a few seasons now. Alexis Sanchez kind of went off the boil a little bit for a month or two, maybe starting to come back into it. Fabregas is a fabulous player, but again, maybe his influence hasn't been quite as pronounced over the last 2 months. Diego Costa, pure goal scorer, bit of a nasty character as well, so that might count against him. Hazard's got everything, you know. So I know I like Harry Kane, for, you know, for the reasons I've said, but Hazard's just had one of those seasons where every time he gets the ball, people look up, and I can imagine being an opposition player, you'd think, oh no, don't give him the ball. Whatever you do, don't give him the ball. So Eden Hazard, if you're looking for a bet, let's say, you know, you're looking for you're going to spend £10 or 10 of whatever you're betting, €10 whatever. I'd probably go with 7 on Eden Hazard and 3 on Harry Kane to split my stakes.
Okay, great stuff. And I tell you, if you do hear any inside gossip, do come back onto the show and do share it with us, Lee.
You'll be the first to know.
Wonderful. Lee, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.